as you can see, this is not a usual PD video.
Full flashback scenes, bro. See, there are no smartphones, no Wi-Fi. It's just us and that awesome car over there.
Now, by the way, nobody's ever asked me this question, but I love the Skoda Octavia, and I do that ever since I first stared at it on a glossy paper. It was there on the magazine, looking back at me, sitting so pretty, and I think that's where I fell in love with the Octavia.
And I also remember back in school, I used to draw this exact car in the back of my notebook because it was that very familiar car silhouette, that tree-box design that we associate with modern cars.
Yeah, well, that's no surprise because the Octavia was designed by the same person who designed many Bentleys of the early 2000s.
And you know what now? Enough talk. Let's drive. So that's the thing, right? I had almost forgotten how the car would drive. Driving it back again today, the drivetrain, how smooth the engine is, it's just unreal. I mean, it feels like a modern car even today, except that it's not. And there are no cracks on the dash. So the build quality, the 1.8 litre engine in this is the one that we had in Octavia RS, right?
Oh yes, in a different state of tune, but it's the same engine. See, turbocharged is a very common term today. People might not know what it is, but they know of it. So imagine saying turbocharged back in 2002. It's like, bhai, German mein bol raha hai, is what people would be like.
This back then, along with the build quality and the European looks, all at a price package of 10 lakh rupees.
10 lakhs.
Yeah.
Think about it. Back when it came out, there were so many other brands with their products which were promising almost similar things that the Octavia was trying to promise. But where are they today?
You mean where's the Opel Astra?
Exactly.
Where's the Ford Escort?
Yeah.
Where's the Honda Civic?
Honda Civic, yes.
All good cars.
All good cars.
Yeah.
And the reason why the Octavia stood the test of time is because it managed to cater to the enthusiast and also the mainstream market at the same time.
It did a fair job of that back then, and it does an excellent job of that even today.
This car's street value is 1.5 lakhs right now. You can drive this to an official meeting. You can take your family out in it.
100%. I'll put my family in the back seat and maybe even drive to Goa.
It still has the street cred it had back in 2002.
Yes, I wouldn't have Shumi in the car though. Premium cars got a whole new meaning with this car. And in fact, you know what? I'm going to go out there and say it's the brand Octavia that made the brand Skoda.
Absolutely, absolutely.
And that's what makes the Octavia a legend.
Fast forward 4 years and India's economy is starting to boom. Facebook and YouTube are starting to become a thing.
Alright, then it's time to cue the second generation Octavia. We also know it by the name of Laura. Yes, and that was year 2006. So near about the same time, those Jordans of yours came out.
A man of culture. And also as a tactical move on Skoda India's part, they decided to sell both the old and the new Octavias side by side.
Alright, yes, they called it the Laura, but for every one of us, the enthusiasts, including Skoda, well, it was the Octavia. In fact, the second gen Octavia, it had an advanced gearbox and much more.
And also, the name, it put a smile on people's faces for more reasons than one.
Well, what's in the name? Because the Laura or the second gen Octavia, it thrived in our Indian booming market in spite of the SUV craze setting in.
Achha, enough talk, let's drive. You want to let me drive this time?
Alright, so driving the second generation Octavia or the Laura on country roads here. By the way, yes, this is a State Highway 57, 109 corners. Instantly what you notice is that the second gen Octavia Laura here seems to have excavated more cabin space, and it seems to have pulled all the tricks that the Octavia had in its book.
Yeah, a book that Octavia had written, a book on affordable, premium, luxury and performance. Affordable premium becomes like an oxymoron, doesn't it?
But that's what the Octavia did, and that's why it is once again a legend.
Exactly. You know what else it took away from the Octavia's book? The 1.8 litre TSI engine. It just keeps getting faster and faster with every generation, as you will know.
There's a turbocharged stratified injection in here.
Yeah?
Yeah. that yeah was very good. It's a very German yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I'm stuck behind a truck right now. just like how these sedans were stuck behind big SUVs.
This
in
thing
that
has
era.
enough power to blast past that truck and 10 other cars over there.
Slamming onto the gas.
Onward!
It is now the year 2013. India has changed. It has become one of the biggest economies in the world. IT parks and special economic zones reach the skies with the tall glass buildings buzzing with tech giants and seed-funded startups.
Okay, so here's another reason why I love Skoda, because it is about year 2013 when I grew up, but the Octavia grew up to be an elegant, stately sedan.
Very true, but it also preserved a part of its youth that we grew up loving, namely its explosive performance.
What's more, hang on, the world saw the Octavia 3rd Gen being released to it in year 2012, and in just about a year we got it here in India in 2013. Thank you, Skoda.
Now we fast forward another 8 years to the present day. The world looks the same but has changed quite a bit under the surface. Skoda is making the world a slightly better place by bringing back the Octavia in its 4th generation.
Oh, and the designers, they always had been doing a good job with the Octavia. Now this time too, straight away, this one I like because it looked distinctively like an Octavia. And of course, it now has a 2-spoke steering wheel.
But still maintains the legacy of its predecessors by offering more features than one could ask for.
It has shift-by-wire, virtual cockpit, bi-LED headlights, hands-free parking, wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto to just name a few features.
You know what? It also carried forward the legacy of simply clever solutions, and just like in a Rolls-Royce, you could now have an umbrella.
But what I like most about the Octavia is, to this day, it manages to keep its biggest secret intact. You know what that is? The secret is that thing over there is not really a sedan, it is a notchback.
Yeah, but it kind of worked out, right? Because notchback meant that you could now expand the boot space for all the boot fetish people like yourself from 600 liters all the way up to 1,555 liters.
So the all-new 2021 Octavia Skoda promises to continue its legacy of providing affordable luxury and performance. We are looking forward to driving this handsome machine once we get to step outside and hit the open road again.
And with that, I think we can conclude our romance with Skoda Octavia here. Can we even call it a launch alert?
It was more of a drive down memory lane if you ask me. But as far as the Octavia goes, watch out Germans, the Czechs are still in town and they're stronger than ever.
Thanks a lot for watching PowerDrift, folks. Do remember to subscribe to the channel.
Because that helps us reach those billions of people out there who are already fans of PowerDrift, but they just don't know it yet. So let's do it for them. Bye. At least let me drive this one.